Yeah, welcome to the eighth episode of Hands Up, and today we're going to discuss the book Days at the Morisaki Bookshop by what was his name?
I don't know. I just
Satoshi something something.
let me
That is
check.
very very bad. Forgetting the name of the
Morisaki. We just remember the name of the book, like
yeah. I mean, I think
Satoshi Yagisawa.
yeah.
Hopefully, we are pronouncing
Yeah,
it right.
hopefully we are pronouncing it right. Days at the Morisaki Bookshop by Satoshi Yagisawa.
Yes.
Um,
It was published in 2014 और फिर it was translated next year में. मतलब ये book के last page पे लिखा हुआ है.
oh,
तो
so my guest for this episode is Diwyani Vajpayee. Would you like to introduce yourself? Like, huh,
I am बहुत shy to introduce myself right now. लेकिन
hmm,
ठीक है, I will try. Hi, I'm Diwyani Vajpayee. I'm designer by profession and illustrator for fun. I read too many books. बचपन से I have been reading books, but I left रीडिंग स्पेस फॉर अ वाइल. और
hmm,
फिर मैं ऐसे स्लोली एक महीने में एक किताब, 2 महीने में एक किताब, एक पॉइंट पे पहले मैं फिक्शन 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 पढ़ती थी, फिर मैं नॉन फिक्शन पे आ गई और इस साल से आई स्टार्टेड रीडिंग फिक्शन एंड नॉन फिक्शन बुक.
hmm,
तो आई रियलाइज कि जो लिटरेचर है इधर का, एशियन
hmm,
लिटरेचर, चाहे इंडियन हो या कोरियन या जापानीज, हमारे पास इतनी सुंदर किताबें और बहुत टेंडर किताबें जो लिखी बहुत अच्छे तरीके से. मैं पूरा
hmm.
हिंदी में बोल रही हूँ
It's fine. I think
यार.
it will be a change. Like,
या
you'll be the first, person to speak in Hindi on this.
हाँ हाँ आई
Yeah,
नो. ठीक है, इट विल बी अ मिक्स, प्लीज एडजस्ट अगर आपके
yeah.
वो है तो.
I think like a lot of people can understand. Like,
हाँ,
uh,
होपफुली. तो अम, तो जो लिटरेचर, हम एशियन लिटरेचर इतना सॉफ्ट है, अभी तक मैंने सॉफ्ट है और प्लस बहुत वेल रिटर्न है, सारे सिर्फ सिर्फ सॉफ्ट नहीं है. जैसे
mm,
आई हैव बीन रीडिंग हान कान
mm,
का बुक अभी. इसके अलावा आई रेड आमंड,
mm,
एक और कोरियन राइटर का, ट्रांसलेटेड, और
mm,
इट्स ऑल इज ट्रांसलेटेड सो वेल. तो मजा आ रहा है अब वापस फिक्शन पढ़ने में.
mm,
तो ये था मेरा शायद लास्ट ईयर का बुक, नवंबर का.
mm. So I read Days at Morisaki Bookshop maybe briefly 3 weeks ago.
हम्म.
I think we spoke about it also last week
हम्म.
informally. Um, I mean, this is no formal conversation either.
या.
So we were just like brainstorming what we felt about the book. And I actually read this in just one day. It's like a
Oh.
very small, tiny book. Like I was trying to chill during that week,
हम्म.
and I mean, for your information, I was also parallelly reading Crime and Punishment by Dostoevsky.
हाँ.
It was a very, very intense book. So I wanted to take a break and read something, less intense.
हम्म.
So I picked Days at the Morisaki Bookshop because a lot of people were saying good things about it,
हम्म.
and it's also very tiny book.
146 pages
Yeah,
only.
and I also discovered that it belongs to a genre called slice of life.
Yeah, it's my favorite genre. Favorite.
Yeah, so can you tell the listeners like what is slice of life, or why, and also why you like it?
Slice of life मतलब दोज थिंग्स जहाँ पे कुछ हो नहीं रहा होता है, मतलब कुछ इवेंचुअली कुछ नहीं हो गया कि अब, मतलब स्टोरी इज बिल्डिंग और फिर कुछ होगा, कुछ होने वाला है, इसका वेट नहीं कर रहे होते. इट इज जस्ट लाइफ, इट्स हैपनिंग किसी के उसमें, और किसी का पूरा लाइफ है, उसका छोटा सा पार्ट आपको दिखाया जा रहा है, और
Hmm.
बहुत उससे ऑनेस्टी के साथ सैडनेस,
Hmm.
खुशी, सारी चीजें बहुत अच्छे से दिखा दी। मंडेनिटी को सेलिब्रेट करने वाला चीज मुझे लगता है स्लाइस ऑफ लाइफ।
Hmm.
I don't know the actual definition of it. This
Yeah,
is
yeah.
what
I
I feel about
We
it.
don't have to be, academically
हाँ,
correct.
academically right तो
Yeah.
I don't know.
And why do you like it?
I I don't know, मतलब I like, I appreciate बहुत simple simple चीजें life में, because can I मतलब you can edit it later, ठीक है?
No, I won't edit. This is a conversation, right?
Yeah, but
The whole point
can
of
I
this
get
is
थोड़ा
to
सा
have fun.
dark?
Let it be. Let it
Okay.
be.
तो at one point of life I was thinking कि यार,
Hmm.
मतलब I was thinking, trigger warning guys.
Yeah, yeah.
So I was thinking about dying every
Huh.
day for 3-4 months, because
Hmm.
मतलब it was big reason for me, but
Hmm.
लेकिन अगर आप देखो तो ऐसा नहीं लगता कि
Hmm.
it was big reason. तो उसके बाद जब I took a I took things in my hand and changed everything.
Hmm.
बहुत लंबी कहानी है, उसके लिए दूसरा पॉडकास्ट करेंगे,
Hmm.
ठीक है?
Hmm.
तो I changed everything. उसके बाद से
Hmm.
I realized कि I appreciate very simple small things now. I appreciate कि मेरे लिविंग रूम में कैसे सनलाइट आ रहा है,
Hmm.
या फिर आई अप्रिशिएट
Hmm.
कि आई अप्रिशिएट कि अगर लीफ मूव कर रहा है तो वो कैसे मूव कर रहा है। बहुत
Hmm.
सिंपल सिंपल चीज है। एंड आई थिंक पीपल हु अप्रिशिएट दिस लिटिल थिंग्स ऑन द इंटरनेट और इन जनरल, they have been through really dark times in their life. I believe that.
Yeah.
People who appreciate walks,
Yeah.
बस कि आज walk करके आए। There's a Twitter account. Today I walked इतना kilometers and saw this. Have you seen?
No, I'm not saying.
नहीं, I am part of it actually. It is a community now.
Hmm.
पहले it was just one girl, then
Hmm.
now it is a community. So I
Hmm.
think everyone in that community have been through a dark time. Now they
Hmm.
appreciate walking more.
Hmm.
तो बस, तो
So you appreciate the simple things in life.
because I have been through
Yeah.
problematic, darker part of life.
But on the contrary, you know what? I always felt there's that quote by, I don't know who is that, Kafka or someone. Literature should be the axe which, I don't know,
Oh हाँ, that
axe
should.
which breaks up the ice in your something something.
तो this also मतलब ऐसा नहीं है कि this is just warm thing, warm और tender किताब सिर्फ। It also makes you think। मतलब क्या हुआ कि Our Days at Murasaki में की बात करें तो जो द कैरेक्टर शुरू शुरू में, आई एम गिविंग स्पॉयलर्स, ओके? तो शुरू शुरू में ही शी
Wait,
इज
so what we'll do is in the first half, we'll have that spoiler free version.
ओके।
Then, when we want to actually discuss the character, what was her name?
मोमोको।
Momoko. Then we'll go into the spoilers.
ठीक है, आई विल नॉट गिव
Yeah,
स्पॉयलर्स फर्स्ट हाफ में,
in the
बस
first
पहले
half.
पेज की
Yeah,
बात बता रही हूँ।
yeah.
तो शी वेंट थ्रू अ ब्रेकअप
Hmm.
एंड शी
That
क्विट हर
is
जॉब।
Takako, right?
तताको, हाँ,
Yeah.
द मेन कैरेक्टर। तो एंड शी इज गोइंग थ्रू अ द मैसिव हार्ट ब्रेक,
Hmm.
ठीक है? अब वो उसके जो वो है अंकल है सातारो, उन उसके यहाँ पे फोर्स किया उसकी मम्मी ने जाने को कि तुम वहां जाओ, बिकॉज शी रियलाइज कि शी सफरिंग अ
Hmm.
लॉट एंड आइदर शी शुड कम टू हर
Hmm.
और गो टू दैट अंकल हु लिव्स नियर बाय, ठीक है?
Hmm.
तो अब पूरी हार्ट ब्रोकन है, अब मूव भी नहीं कर रही है बंदी 4-5 दिन के लिए, सिर्फ सो रही है, सिर्फ सो रही है।
Hmm.
दैट इज रिलेटेबल, दैट इज
Hmm.
कि ओके आई हैव बीन थ्रू दिस, कि
Hmm.
आई डोंट वांट टू मूव, आई डोंट वांट टू डू एनीथिंग, आई जस्ट ईट एंड स्लीप।
Hmm.
तो दैट इज रिलेटेबल, दैट इज नॉट ऐसा कि ये जोर से एक्स जैसा नहीं पड़ेगा मन पे, ठीक है,
Hmm.
काफका।
Hmm.
लेकिन ये धीरे 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 तुमको ऐसा करेगा कि someone is going through the same thing that I have been through
Hmm.
अपने लाइफ में किसी पॉइंट पे, तो थोड़ा
Hmm.
वार्म फील होगा, लेकिन बहुत जोर से रोना भी आ सकता है, क्योंकि
Hmm.
क्योंकि आपको सीन फील हो रहा है उस मोमेंट पे
Hmm.
कि कोई और भी गया है इससे, शायद आपने किसी और से बात ही नहीं करी होगी इसके बारे में, है ना? मतलब मैं नहीं
Yeah.
करती हूँ।
Yeah, I totally get like what you're trying to say.
Hmm.
But let us just read this quote for the readers, because I feel like this is the opposite, not opposite. It has a different vibe when you compare it to the slice of life genre.
Hmm.
So he says, That is a Franz Kafka quote, by the way. I was not wrong. If the book we are reading does not wake us as with a fist hammering on our skulls, then why do we read it? Good God, we also would be happy if we had no books and such books that make us happy we could need. Uh, I mean, this is a very weird quote. Good God, we also would be happy if we had no books and such books that make us happy we could, if need be, write ourselves. What we must have are those books that come on us like ill fortune, like the death of one we love better than ourselves, like suicide. I mean, that is so Kafka.
Kafka likes
And
to
then he
suffer.
says, a book must be an axe to break the sea frozen inside us. What we
Hmm.
need are books that hit us like a most painful misfortune, like the death of someone we loved more than we love ourselves. That makes us feel as though we had been banished to the woods, far from any human presence, like suicide. I
Kafka is
mean,
like
that is
a
so Kafka.
is a harsh father. Harsh
Yeah,
father.
so I think he's trying to, I mean, maybe he's trying to say that peaceful life is like a frozen ice,
Hmm.
or maybe he's also talking about like suppressed emotions.
But I agree. I don't agree with him. I want warm books. I want books that feels like कि I am मतलब it's really
Yeah.
cold outside and I
Uh,
am saved by its warmth. I want
oh,
that. प्लीज मेरा
yeah.
ऑलरेडी लाइफ मेरा सफरिंग है मुझे
Yeah.
और सफरिंग नहीं चाहिए.
So I had the contrary, preference. Like I wanted books that shocked me and showed me some part of human emotion
Hmm.
which was not directly accessed by me.
Hmm.
For example, Julian Barnes, which I talked about in some other episode, and also Dostoevsky,
Hmm.
who shows the darker side of human nature.
Hmm.
Like I felt that because I didn't know that I made a few mistakes. Probably if I knew it, I could have seen some things coming in advance, like
Hmm.
that anticipatory thing. And then, also it makes you, helps you, make sense out of things which makes no sense otherwise. Uh,
Hmm.
I mean, maybe I had a very poor understanding of
People.
human nature, I
Okay.
guess. I thought everything was hunky dory,
Hmm.
but in reality, it is not.
Hmm.
So, I don't know, maybe I pursued books which showed me what is reality in a shocking way.
Maybe.
But this is the first slice of life book which I've probably read.
Oh.
Maybe The Little Prince is also something like that, but that is almost fantasy.
हाँ.
Uh, So yeah, I feel yeah we should have some books which also make you feel warm and nice.
Hmm. I have list of those books. If you want,
Yeah, yeah.
I can give.
So I can take a break from shock and
Yeah. I तो like slice of life. और it is not that कि they are not suffering. They मतलब she is suffering.
she is suffering,
Yeah.
but
And but लेकिन softness है, tenderness है
yeah,
words में. I like that. और also I told you about these books where character run away from their life
mm,
and walk away from their life and
mm,
be somewhere जो refuge जैसा है उनके लिए.
mm,
तो when I was reading this book, I realized कि I like this kind of genre a lot.
mm.
Maybe I want to run away. Maybe I want
Yeah,
to run away quick. मतलब as soon as I can, I want to run away and be somewhere quiet, be
mm,
somewhere slow, be
mm,
somewhere. मतलब I live a very hyper independent life अभी.
mm,
I don't live with my family. I go to work. I cook my own
mm.
food. I मतलब thank God I have a maid for बर्तन and uh,
I don't have that also, by the way.
हाँ
Yeah,
I cannot do बर्तन.
but my house is smaller than yours, so
हाँ
it's
but
probably.
ठीक है.
Mm,
हाँ तो बस तो मतलब I some days I don't want to be responsible at all. I don't
mm,
even want to think about what I'm going to eat. मतलब आई वांट टू बी अ चाइल्ड कि मेरे को कुछ नहीं करना, प्लीज मेरा कोई और सब काम कर दो, बट ऐसा
Hmm.
हो नहीं पाता है। आई वांट टू
Hmm.
गो अवे, मतलब एंड आई डोंट नो वेयर विल आई गो। आई नो कि आई हैव अ होम, आई हैव अ फैमिली, बट
Hmm.
देयर आल्सो आई गेट ऐसे ना कि आई नाउ आई हैव टू टेक केयर ऑफ देम, आई नीड टू डू थिंग, मेक थिंग्स इजी फॉर देम,
Hmm.
someone please make things easy for me। तो अच्छा, तो ठीक है, अभी
Yeah,
वापस।
getting back to the book.
हम्म।
So let us do a spoiler-free summary or an intro to the book or the characters so
हम्म।
that people can make sense out of what we are talking about.
ओके, तो the first character is Tatako. What do you feel about
No, yeah, we'll talk about the characters.
her? Mm-hmm.
Um,
First summary.
yeah, summary. So let me do the summary. So there's a character, there's a woman called Takako, and she's heartbroken because she thought she was dating some guy in her office, but actually he was seeing another woman,
Mm.
and they're about to get married. And that guy says, I'm getting married, and she's absolutely shocked. She has been blindsided,
Mm.
and like she's heartbroken. And that guy is absolutely,
Chill about it.
he's absolutely chill, and he has zero empathy for what she's feeling. And like she's trying to figure out like how did I miss this? How did this happen and all of that?
And on top of it, he's marrying to another person who works in different department in her office only.
Yeah, that is even more weird.
Worse.
Yeah. So she is unable to go to office and work with a straight face
Yeah.
because she can see the other woman as well,
Mm.
and she's also the other woman is also not able to understand
And
what
it's
is
a
happening
bad
with
thing
this.
that she knows she is the other woman.
Exactly.
Takako is other
Yeah.
woman.
I mean, it's a very Bollywoody triangle kind of a thing.
Yeah.
But it has been presented without sleaze and all of that.
Mm.
It's a very raw grieving phase for this woman, the
Mm.
lead character,
Mm.
and she quits the job, and she's like bed rotting in her house, trying to figure out what to do next. And her uncle calls her up and says that I have this bookstore. I know that you're out of a job. You'll be having a lot of expenses. Why don't you come and help me? Even I need someone to help in my bookstore. Then she thinks for a while and she says, actually, even I know that I don't have money to,
Mm.
sustain this. I have to
Mm.
pay rent and all of that.
Mm.
So she takes the offer and she goes to the bookstore, and she really doesn't understand why her uncle is giving all this free facilities. Um, and even though she's surrounded by books and all, she's not really enthusiastic about reading. She's not even a big reader.
Mm.
And the bookstore itself is located in an area full of
Second-hand
bookstores,
bookstores. Yeah.
and it's a second-hand bookstore.
Yeah.
And this area is really well described. Like every bookstore is having its own specialty,
Mm.
and her uncle's bookstore is specializing in some niche classical literature, right?
Yeah.
And she is, the workload is much lesser than what an office would offer.
Mm.
And
You get to read books if
sorry,
and you get to read
yeah, yeah.
books, but she was not
And she
getting
has a
it
tiny room, and
at the first floor.
in the first floor of the bookstore, and even that is like haphazard, and somehow they make space and they are
Mm.
arrange, and she settles down. And she closely observes her uncle and all the people who come to the bookstore. She
Mm.
also explores the neighborhood, finds a
Mm.
coffee shop,
Mm.
makes a few friends in the coffee shop as well.
She's also grieving for the first part. She's
Yeah,
sleeping, crying, eating.
Yeah, and there's
Yeah.
also this dramatic scene where her uncle finds out about this story, and they
हाँ,
decide to go and have a talk with
confront.
this guy.
Yeah.
Uh, I mean, she's unable to express herself,
Hmm.
and all of this grief is locked in,
Hmm.
and somehow her uncle helps her to get her release,
Hmm.
and that also becomes a part of her healing journey.
Hmm.
And the friend she makes at the coffee shop
Hmm.
is a kind of a big reader,
Yeah.
and somehow that inspires her to get started on her own reading journey.
Hmm.
And the second part is the one which has an element of suspense and some sort of what do you say,
Building up to something. The story is building up.
yeah, there's an element of
That's like an axe. है ना? ये क्या हो
I
गया?
don't know if it was like an axe. I didn't feel that kind of intensity.
Okay.
Um, you know, what do you say? Like, when you're reading the second half, you feel like, okay, what's going to happen next? What's going to happen? You want answers. In the
Mm-hmm.
first half, you're just absorbing the life of the author.
Mm.
Like, there isn't much of a suspense element.
Yeah.
There's more of a relatability, whatever you said.
Mm-hmm.
Um, there's a factor of warmth, and there's a factor of you know how she is tending to her wounds
Mm.
in a very gentle manner. Obviously we don't want to give out the spoilers of the second part right away.
Mm.
I mean, we do intend to discuss that in some time, but not right now. It's related to her uncle Satoru's wife
Momoko.
Momoko, who has left him 5 years ago,
Yeah.
and she makes a sudden reappearance,
Mm.
and all of the backstory is explored in the rest of the story.
Yeah, and it's titled Momoko Returns. करके, है ना?
Yeah, I
Mm.
mean, you can call that as well.
Mm.
I think that also sort of probably creates an element of curiosity among those who were like fence sitters. Like they
Mm.
would have got this recommendation, but they would have never picked the book.
Mm.
And maybe stopping at that point would, create some curiosity to find out,
Mm.
what is
Mm.
really the story of Momoko.
Mm.
But actually, the entire book is not about Momoko.
हाँ, it's about
Takako is still the central character, uh,
yeah,
but everyone around her also has a very significant presence.
yeah. मतलब it's about finding a refuge. You are fed up with your life,
Yeah.
and now you are looking to go. मतलब you think you are stuck इसी मोमेंट में. अब क्या होगा, क्या पता, ये क्या
Mm.
ऐसा ही रहेगा लाइफ, या इसके बाद और खराब होने वाला है. लेकिन
Yeah.
someone comes and save you. It can be
Yeah.
your uncle's bookstore.
Yeah.
Yeah, it can be. I think, मतलब, I'm not giving spoiler, but Momoko also left his partner. मतलब
Her part.
हाँ, हर पार्टनर.
Oh,
अच्छा,
yeah.
ठीक है, जो भी है. इसको एडिट करना पड़ेगा
Oh,
यार. ये
there
नहीं
is
जा सकता.
no need for edit. This is
नहीं
not.
नहीं नहीं, ये मेरी
Yeah.
इज्जत की बात है, प्लीज.
Mm.
ओके. ठीक है. तो हाँ, तो वो अपना पार्टनर को छोड़ के चली गई. ठीक है. अब वो भी मुझे लग रहा है कि वो किसी रिफ्यूज को ढूंढने के लिए गई थी. अब
Mm.
गाली दे सकते हैं उसको कि वो छोड़ के चले गए बिना बोले और ये वो, ठीक है,
Mm.
बट वो भी, मतलब ये दिस इज द स्टोरी ऑफ अबाउट फाइंडिंग अ रिफ्यूज, फाइंडिंग अ स्पेस फॉर योरसेल्फ. एंड
Mm.
बहुत बहुत कम लोग शायद ये कर पाएंगे कि वो अपना करंट लाइफ गिव अप करके कहीं और जा पा रहे होंगे.
Mm.
मुझे नहीं लगता कोई कर पाएगा शायद. मतलब मैं अभी करेंटली प्रिविलेज्ड हूँ इतना कि मैं कर सकती हूँ, बट इफ आई हैव अ फैमिली ऑफ माय
Mm.
ओन, या फिर आई हैड अ रिस्पॉन्सिबिलिटी ऑफ माय फैमिली, एग्जिस्टिंग
Mm.
फैमिली, तो नहीं हो पाता. अभी ना मेरे पास रिस्पॉन्सिबिलिटी अपनी फैमिली की, ना मेरे पास कोई
Yeah.
फैमिली है, तो आई कैन गो राइट नाउ
Yeah.
विदाउट रिसेंटमेंट. नहीं तो
Mm.
बाकी टाइम में जा सकती हूँ, बट कोई ना कोई मुझे रिसेंट कर रहा होगा.
Yeah. I mean, even in this story, she has a family, but we are not told much about the family and its. dynamics. I
Auntie
mean, she's
called.
talking to her mom, but not so often.
हाँ but auntie called and auntie realized कि she is going through something
Uh,
and she's going through something and she asked कि भाई तू चले जा उसके पास
hmm,
मेरे भाई के पास चले जा
hmm,
प्लीज याद हो तो मेरे घर आ वो टोक्यो में रह रही थी और
hmm,
उसके चाचा थे
yeah.
आई डोंट नो हु इज ही मतलब अंकल लिखा है तो चाचा मामा जो भी हैं
Hmm.
तो वो थे तो उनके पास जाने को कहा उसने बस
So now, among all of these characters, Momoko, Takako, Satoru, and also the other visitors of the bookstore.
साबू
Yeah,
या
and also the
तकानो
cafe girl. What
हाँ
was her name?
तकानो
Takano.
या
And
तोमो
among all of these main characters, I think you obviously relate to Takako itself, I guess.
या
That
एंड आई
was
लाइक मोमोको आल्सो
uh,
बट आई रिलेट टू तकाको कुछ लेवल पे मतलब आई वांट व्हाट शी हैज
what Takako has.
हाँ आई
But
वांट
you actually relate to Momoko.
नो आई डोंट रिलेट टू नहीं आई रिलेट टू मोमो को सम एस्पेक्ट में वो स्पॉइलर हो जाएगा अगर मैंने बता दिया तो
Uh,
लेकिन तकागो हुआ मुझे ये चाहिए कि मैं भी सफर करूं तो मुझे भी घर चाहिए मतलब मैंने बोला अभी भी मुझे स्पेस चाहिए कि प्लीज समवन कैन कम एंड टेक केयर ऑफ मी फॉर अ वीक ओनली
just 1 week.
हाँ आई विल बी बेटर उसके बाद जस्ट वन वीक आई
Yeah,
विल
I mean, there were like all of these interesting parts which talk about this. I actually liked one of those quotes about this, space and finding yourself and all of that. Let me just pull it out.
oh um, on Goodreads, it's rated only 3.65. It's 5 star, guys. It's not 3.65.
Yeah, I think you should actually pull out what these one-star guys are saying actually.
Let's see. One star. 1,000 people have given 1 star, and
And
33,000 people have given. Acha. I usually avoid books. Acha. I think all the 1 star people are Kafka.
what?
Someone
Mm,
said
mm.
bland, boring, surprisingly lacking in books. Cliche hai, journey of a young girl finding herself. Okay, Sam. This book was so weird. It started off okay, but over time it lost all meaning. मुझे नहीं पढ़ने ये सब. I will read 5 stars. What the fuck? अच्छा.
You
Just a
can
second.
filter English ones.
नहीं नहीं एक सेकंड में I'm noticing something. एक सेकंड. सब तेज के ही है. ठीक है. कोई नहीं. I will filter English ones. Uh, news.
Yeah, it's here, no English.
It's gently eased my soul. Books about books will always be my favorite. A really delightful read. ये quote है. No matter where you go or how many books you read, you still know nothing. You haven't seen anything, and that's life. We live our lives trying to find our way.
Yeah, I think that seems to be one of those very famous quotes, like finding yourself kind of a vibe.
Finding yourself, मतलब coming of age वाला चीज ना.
Yeah.
Hmm.
No, but I like this quote very much,
Hmm.
which that uncle says. He says, I don't think it really matters whether you know a lot about books or not. That said, I don't know that much myself. But I think what matters far more with a book is how it affects you.
Hmm. Hmm.
Yeah.
True.
I mean, this definitely affects you in a positive manner because at the end of the book, she is sort of healed from all of this, bad experience with
Hmm.
that guy.
Hmm.
She has a opportunity to vent, and then she uh, also that original girl, she actually
Got to
break,
know कि what his
yeah, and she breaks off, right?
हाँ yeah, and they didn't get married.
So
ये
that is also like
is this was spoiler ना?
yeah, I think now we have entered the spoiler phase. So, actually, the spoiler part is about Momoko because that
Yeah.
is where all the suspense and
We
our
will not discuss spoiler रहने देते हैं. I think.
yeah, let's see how we
मतलब
go.
फिर अगर किसी को किताब पढ़नी हो उसको मजा कैसे आएगा लास्ट के 60 पेजेस पे.
Because I wanted to discuss those, controversial opinions about Momoko,
Yeah,
right?
but I'm on her side.
That is
मैं
why it makes for an interesting discussion.
या बट लेकिन जिसको पढ़ना होगा एक काम करेंगे,
Mm.
इसको 2 पार्ट्स में रिलीज करेंगे. एक पार्ट में रिलीज करते हैं, अगर कोई पढ़ रहा होगा किताब तो उसको मोमोको का, मतलब
Uh,
उसके बाद दूसरे पार्ट में मोमोको विद सस्पेंस ये सब.
no, you don't need parts. No, they can just pause after this point and not listen.
या दैट आल्सो ठीक है.
Okay, I mean, if you are up for not, discussing that, what do
मोमोको.
you say, Momoko,
नहीं वी
we
कैन.
we can skip that. But you know, um, I had a few thoughts about this, how it affects you part.
हाँ.
Um, is there a book which affected you so negatively that?
I am very lucky person. I only
Hmm,
find ऐसे books, मतलब I find right book at right time
hmm,
and it affects me इतने अच्छे से हमेशा. मतलब I you said अभी सतारो का वो ना
hmm,
लाइन कि कोई फर्क नहीं पड़ता कैसी किताब है बट इससे फर्क पड़ता है उसने तुम पे क्या इफेक्ट किया है.
hmm,
तो आई एम टॉकिंग अबाउट अनदर बुक राइट नाउ. इट्स कॉल्ड
yeah.
बटर. इट्स जापानीज ट्रांसलेटेड टू इंग्लिश.
Hmm,
वेरी वेल रिटन बट स्लो.
hmm,
मतलब लोग उसकी बहुत बुराई भी करते हैं क्योंकि वो
hmm,
बहुत स्लो है ऐसा बोलते हैं. ठीक है.
hmm,
तो अच्छा, तो वो बुक है एक्चुअली एक
hmm,
गवर्नमेंट कुक के बारे में जो कि जेल में है. और उसके ऊपर एलिगेशन लिखा है लगा है कि वो 3 मर्डर करे उसने, 3
hmm,
सीरियल किलिंग करी है. बट उस किताब ने मुझ पे कैसे इफेक्ट करा है कि मतलब उसमें एक कैरेक्टर है
hmm,
रीता जो इंटरव्यू ले रही है जिन पे एलिगेशन लगा है उनका.
hmm,
And she is very busy woman. She doesn't cook. She eats from convenience store continuously.
hmm,
अपना बिल्कुल ध्यान नहीं रखती है. काम 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 काम.
hmm.
और धीरे धीरे she start cooking that food जो वो बनाती थी जो
Hmm.
serial killer, to understand her better, to understand
What?
her
Who is the
psyche.
serious serial killer?
It's her name is, उसका नाम कैसे भूल रही हूँ. कांजी. कांजी करके कुछ नाम था.
Okay, so this accused person is eating the food of the serial killer.
नहीं नहीं, द अक्यूज पर्सन इज अ कुक, इज अ
हाँ,
गवर्नमेंट कुक. एंड
हाँ,
शी इज मतलब शी किल्ड 3 पीपल ऐसा बोल रहे हैं.
हाँ,
और वो भी उनको अच्छा अच्छा खाना खिला के और प्रोमिस लेके
हाँ,
कि भाई मैं तुमसे शादी करूंगी. एंड
हम्म,
शी डजंट गेट मैरिड टू एनीवन. 6 महीने में 3 लड़कों को आदमी लोगों को मारा है, सब बूढ़े.
हम्म,
एंड मेन डिस्कशन ये है बुक का कि भाई इसने कैसे 3 लोगों का मर्डर करा है. और मतलब देख के लग रहा है वो मर गए अपने आप,
हम्म,
बट हमेशा लास्ट डिस्कशन उनका इसी के साथ हुई है. काजी काजी
हम्म,
नाम था, काजी
हम्म,
नामा.
हम्म,
मतलब ठीक है, रियल लाइफ बेस्ड स्टोरी है. तो उनके ऊपर एलिगेशन है. ठीक है.
हम्म,
तो मेन कोर्ट रूम में और मीडिया में डिस्कशन ये है कि इसने कैसे मारा इतने सारे लोगों को जबकि ये इतनी मोटी है और ये सुंदर नहीं है. तो शी डिड ऑल दिस. यस, इतना सारा मतलब दे
हम्म,
थिंक कि यू कैन
हम्म,
ओनली रॉब अ older rich man when you are beautiful, but she did that with her cooking. तो
mm,
food is very central चीज
mm,
throughout the story and how food plays role लोगों के लाइफ में मतलब it's beautiful. I don't think it's about Rita or Kazi or
mm,
murder. I
mm,
think it's about food for me. तो
mm,
जब रीटा धीरे 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 शी वॉज इन्वेस्टिगेटिंग काजी तो शी स्टार्टेड कुकिंग फूड क्योंकि काजी तभी आपसे कॉन्वर्सेशन करेगी जब आप खाने से रिलेटेड बात करो आप
mm,
उससे रेसिपी पूछोगे वो बात करेगी नहीं तो वो तुमसे बात नहीं करेगी उसको कोई लेना देना नहीं
mm,
ऐसा है उसका मतलब बहुत नार्सिसिस्टिक है वो लेकिन इफ यू आर टॉकिंग अबाउट फूड इफ यू आर टॉकिंग अबाउट रेसिपी देन शी विल टॉक
mm,
तो शी काजी यूज टू गिव हर रेसिपी दूसरी वाली बंदी को रीटा
mm,
को एंड शी यूज टू कुक ईट एंड देन टेल हर कि ये ऐसा बनाया ऐसा खाया तो
mm,
जब जब अब बहुत स्लो डिस्क्रिप्शन है फूड के बारे में ठीक है इस बुक
mm,
में तो जब जब रीटा खाना बना रही होती है तब तब मैं खाना बना रही थी यहाँ पे और मैं खा रही थी आई हैव बिन मतलब आई डोंट नो आई एम सफरिंग फ्रॉम ईटिंग डिसऑर्डर और नॉट
mm,
डायग्नोस नहीं है लेकिन मैं 2 दिन खाना नहीं खाती हूँ मुझे पता नहीं चलता मैंने खाना नहीं खाया इसके
mm,
पहले जब मैंने
mm,
वो किताब पढ़ी थी उसके पहले उसके
mm,
बाद से मैंने धीरे 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 अपने लिए खाना बनाना स्टार्ट करा और वो भी
mm,
बहुत कलरफुल खाना बहुत ऐसा मतलब मन कर रहा था मेरा बनाने का उसके
mm,
पहले आज तक मुझे खाना बनाने का मन नहीं किया पिछले 6 महीने से मैं बराबर खाना खा रही हूँ तो दैट
mm.
बुक हैज अफेक्टेड मी वेरी नाइसली बट इट वाज अबाउट सीरियल किलिंग
See, I think that is all about our own, just like how we said,
yeah
it doesn't matter what the book is about,
yeah
it's about
yes
how it affects you.
hmm.
I think I also feel that I have found the right books at the right time.
Hmm.
So, for example, I bought the Brothers Karamazov, and I could not read beyond a point. And then I also went through a heartbreak, just like this
Hmm.
girl. What is her name? Takako.
Check.
Then I tried to read Brothers Karamazov,
Hmm.
but I could not focus because it was such an intense and thick book. So I thought, let me read something much smaller. And picked White Knights.
Hmm.
I read White Knights and I was like, fuck, this is my relationship. This is how it ended. Then I was like, oh, how the fuck did I find the right book at the right time?
Hmm.
And also reading that made me feel, so cathartic. Oh shit, I'm not the only one. And you don't know whether it was luck or it was planned or we are subconsciously trying to find that book. But
Hmm.
obviously, you don't know the contents of the book before you pick it up, right?
Books find you. You don't find
Yeah,
books. They find
I
you.
mean, it seems very strange.
Yeah.
Also, like borderline, what do you call it? Superstition.
Yeah, maybe. I I believe in all this. कि ना
Hmm.
there's something bigger exist. मतलब कुछ तो हमसे बड़ा exist कर रहा है तो तुमसे करवा
Yeah,
रहा है जो करवा रहा है ठीक है अब वो भगवान तुम कहो तो कहो नहीं कहना तो मत कहो कोई दिक्कत नहीं है
yeah,
लेकिन कुछ है अभी फील इट थोड़े थोड़े टाइम में सब
yeah.
लोग शायद सब लोग नहीं बट मुझे तो बड़ा फील होता है कि कुछ है और आई वाज सिटिंग अंडर अ
Hmm.
ट्री एंड आई वाज रीडिंग अ बुक वहां पे
Hmm.
वीर में एंड इट वाज अबाउट वो मोमेंट वो जो सेंटेंसेस मुझे वहां पे मिले वो उसी मोमेंट के बारे में थे और मैं इतनी खुश हो गई थी मैंने कहा ये किताब तो लिख रहा है मुझे देख रहा है क्या बहुत अच्छा था ऐसे दो
Yeah,
तीन बार हुआ है मतलब कि
yeah, it
सही किताब
happens.
सही टाइम
Yeah. And if you see the characters, like both Takako and her uncle, both of them have gone through that finding yourself phase. Like, we didn't talk much about Takako, the guy, but he also is a guy who has
Sataru.
trapped.
Satoru, the guy.
Yeah, Satoru, the guy, sorry.
Yeah, the uncle.
Satoru is the uncle, Takako is the
Niece.
niece. So, Satoru also didn't know what he wanted to do with his life,
Hmm.
and he was traveling in different places,
Hmm.
and he was backpacking, I guess.
Yes.
So he used to get a job, earn enough money, and again go for traveling.
Hmm.
And then that cycle used to repeat,
Hmm.
and suddenly his father passes away,
Hmm.
and suddenly he realizes, oh, this is my destiny. I have to run this bookshop.
Hmm.
So, this theme runs in so many stories, like finding yourself.
Hmm.
Like even that story, what was it? Tamasha.
तमाशा। अच्छा
Yeah,
है।
like
कहाँ चला है दिल का रास्ता बिन कदमों के, किसे पड़ी
yeah.
है अंदर क्या है।
So I mean, I think the book connects with a large audience. I feel that is also one of the reasons why it was a success, because this
तमाशा
theme
was
of,
flop।
no, I'm not talking about Tamasha.
अच्छा
The
अच्छा।
book
द बुक।
Tamasha is that Ranbir Kapoor and
या
Deepika Padukone,
या
right?
तमाशा गॉट फ्लॉप व्हेन इट वाज रिलीज्ड, और उसके बाद फिर इट वाज पॉपुलराइज्ड बाद में, बिकॉज लोगों को लगा कि ओ मैं भी तो इसी साइकिल में फंसा हुआ हूँ, इस वजह से।
Oh, I thought it was a big hit because I saw it on Netflix or
इट वाज
something.
फ्लॉप।
Okay. No, I'm talking about the success of this book.
बुक, हाँ
How
दिस
much
बुक।
it has been,
या
a big
बिग थिंग अभी।
cultural phenomenon kind of a thing.
या 10 years, 10 या 12 years हो गया है बुक को
Hmm.
पब्लिश हुए। अभी मुझे लग रहा है इसका सबसे ज्यादा बेस्ट टाइम चल रहा है। आई सी इट सो ऑफन सबके पास
Hmm.
अब।
Yeah, and also there is also a sequel to this, right? More
या
days at the book, more days at
मोरासाकी,
Morisaki
यू
Bookshop.
हैव रेड इट,
No, I'm halfway through. I've still
तो
not
व्हाट
read
डू यू
it.
थिंक अबाउट इट अभी तक।
No, it takes the storyline from the, this first. Actually, it's a funny story. Like I went to Kunzom
हम्म।
and
कुंजम।
yeah, yeah. So I was walking in Kunzum and I remember days at the Morisaki bookshop,
हम्म।
and it was right in front. I did not read the word more days.
अच्छा।
I just read days. The cover is also very similar.
ब्लू, इट बट इट्स ब्लू, आवर डेज इज येलो।
I didn't see.
या
I
बट
don't
इट्स
know the colors of the original version, right?
या
I mean the first edition of it,
हम्म।
not first edition, prequel or the
हाँ।
first. I don't know part. So I
maybe
bought
I
it.
am a visual designer, so I remember colors.
Yeah.
So ठीक है।
I
हाँ।
mean, I'm in product, so I should be seeing it. I have not seen. I'm not a visual person.
Okay. हाँ।
I'm a process thinker. I think in flowcharts.
Okay. हाँ।
So I bought it, and I paid for the book, and I sat and I opened the book, and it said it's a sequel. And like I didn't even see the pages before buying it. Then it's like, do you have the first version, first book of this
हम्म।
series? Then they said, no, we are already sold out.
अच्छा।
Then I was like, I also have all of these OCDs and all of that.
हम्म।
I can't read the second part of it before reading the first.
Nobody can do that.
Actually, I searched on Grok and all of that. Can I actually read this? It said you can, because even if you read the second part of the book, it gives a summary of the previous
Oh,
story.
अच्छा, but
Like
फिर
it
भी
reintroduces all the characters.
okay.
But I still felt it would be like not a good thing to read it.
हम्म।
So then I went to Jorbag and bought the first part of it
हम्म।
from the bookshop,
हम्म।
and then I came to the second book.
हम्म।
So we were talking about the second book, right? Like, so all the characters are reintroduced, and wherever they stopped in the first part, it continues from there. Uh, I don't know. I've still not finished it. I have like 40 out of 160 pages or something.
Okay. Why? मतलब पहली बुक तो एक दिन में ही वन फोर्टी
Yeah,
सिक्स पेजेस दूसरी बुक में
yeah,
कर लो।
because I haven't found time.
Okay.
It's like the root,
Basic.
as you said, I'm living alone.
Yeah.
I'm also cooking for myself.
Uh,
I'm also cleaning my own house, and I'm
do you
also,
want to run away? तो you
no,
can.
actually, I don't feel like running away. I'm actually enjoying this
Indian.
phase.
हाँ. Okay.
Like I don't consider myself hyper independent. I do want to be dependent, but I haven't found the right person to be dependent on.
Hmm. Hmm.
Which, I mean, obviously, I should get it right. Um, what I'm enjoying is, uh, even at 33, I'm having so much freedom to continue exploring.
Hmm.
Uh, I mean, I'm no longer exploring. I found what I like from a work perspective.
Hmm.
Um, I want to um, Yeah, we should. It's okay. Yeah, I was telling. I actually enjoyed this part where I can keep on exploring, and it's also a fun part because I've actually found some job which I actually enjoy.
Hmm.
Um, it was not the case before 3 years. Like I was in a state of flux,
Hmm.
like the same thing, like trying to find yourself kind of a thing.
Hmm.
But obviously, the book doesn't talk about how good it feels once you find the thing. I
Hmm.
think that is what the second part of the book talks about.
Hmm.
Like Takako is actually enjoying life because she has found most of the things she likes.
Hmm.
So probably I'll relate more to that.
Hmm.
But I also relate to the first part because it's a process, right? You can't reach there before going through that phase.
I I think I find मतलब I find myself एक पॉइंट पे और फिर आई लॉस्ट हर अगेन अब मेरे को
Hmm.
नहीं पता कि अब मुझे क्या चाहिए मतलब मैं चेंज हो गई शायद
Hmm.
इंटरनली एंड आई नो व्हाट आई लाइक बट आई डोंट नो कि मतलब आई नो माई सेल्फ फिर से अगर
Hmm.
लेयर्स हैं बहुत सारे टू
Hmm.
दिव्यानी
Hmm.
तो आई डोंट नो कि वेयर आई एम राइट नाउ मतलब आई हैव लॉस्ट माई सेल्फ अभी करेंटली एंड आई
Hmm.
विल फाइंड माई सेल्फ थोड़े थोड़े टाइम में मे बी बट आई एम
Yeah.
नॉट पेशेंट आई डोंट आई वांट टू मतलब आई वांट टू फिगर एवरीथिंग आउट अभी के अभी तो
Hmm.
थोड़ा सा होता है दिक्कत बट ठीक है देखते हैं फिर से मिलेगी
Yeah. Maybe I think it goes in waves.
हाँ मे बी
Uh, I mean, there is probably a phase of boredom which you reach after finding something you like.
हाँ मे बी आई विल फिगर इट आउट थोड़ा टाइम लगेगा बट ठीक है मतलब आई ऑल्सो थॉट कि ऐसा भी होता है कि एक बार आपने अपने आप को ढूंढ लिया फिर तो बस सब अच्छा हो गया मतलब जैसे मूवी एंड नहीं होती खुशी खुशी से तमाशा कैसे एंड हुई है
Yeah.
बहुत अच्छे से कि उसने ढूंढ लिया अपने आप को उसकी बंदी भी मिल गई उसको सब कुछ अच्छा चल रहा है करियर अच्छा चल रहा है लेकिन ही माइट लूज हिमसेल्फ अगेन
Yeah, one of the creepy things about that movie was even there, even in that movie, that guy was a product manager. I was like, oh,
it was
oh.
अच्छा it was creepy okay
I found it, creepy at a personal level
hmm
because of that.
okay
But this book does end on a kind of happy ending, right? So there was this quote by this guy. I mean, this uncle. He says you should still continue believing in love and all of that.
hmm
In spite of her heartbreak and all of that.
hmm
Uh, I think what do you feel about that? I mean, that part of the book.
यार देखो आई डू बिलीव इन लव आई स्टिल बिलीव इन लव कि जितने बार में मेरा दिल टूटेगा आई विल बिलीव इन लव
Hmm.
लेकिन आई एम स्केर्ड ऑफ इट आई एम स्केर्ड ऑफ एक्सप्रेस मतलब आई एम स्केर्ड ऑफ चूजिंग समवन एंड नॉट बीइंग चूजन मेरा लव
Hmm.
ऐसा नहीं है कि आपसे मतलब मैं बहुत ज्यादा प्यार करूंगी और ये वो पहले था अब नहीं अब मुझे
Hmm.
ऐसा है कि आप मुझे चूज करोगे मैं आपको चूज करूंगी तो ही ये एग्जिस्ट करेगा नहीं
Yeah.
तो प्रणाम बाय मुझसे दूर रहो ऐसा वाला है
Hmm.
थोड़ा कह सकते हैं मतलब जो डेफिनेशन ऑफ लव है सतारो का कि
Hmm.
मतलब बहुत अलग है वो बंदा
Hmm.
कि ठीक है ओके
Yeah.
बाय 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 हाँ तो जो डेफिनेशन ऑफ लव है सतारो का कि कर कर रहा है वो प्यार है इंसान नहीं है वो उसी इंसान से प्यार कर रहा है वो चूज किया उसको नहीं किया मतलब जो भी है वो स्पॉइलर नहीं दे रही हूँ मैं बस बात कर रही
Hmm.
हूँ लेकिन मैं नहीं कर सकती ऐसा मुझसे नहीं हो पाएगा
Yeah,
मुझे
I
बहुत
think
बुरा लगेगा अपने लिए
same. Even I feel the same. But I think I want to read this part of it. He says, "Don't be afraid to love someone. When you fall in love, I want you to fall in love all the way. Even if it ends in heartache, please don't live a lonely life without love. I've been so worried that because of what happened to you, you'll give up on falling in love. Love is wonderful. I don't want you to forget that. Those memories of people you love, they never disappear. They go on warming your heart as long as you live. When you get old like me, you'll understand."
हम्म,
I mean,
maybe.
I'm not feeling the warmth. I feel only torture.
पता नहीं.
But I think you require a lot of optimism to be this way. I mean, blind optimism.
Or maybe when we will get old, we will know, like he said.
See, even I believe in all the way, but as you said, it can't be like a one-sided thing.
Yeah.
It's not sustainable.
मतलब I don't know if it can be sustainable, but it cannot be
It will be
sustainable
one
for
of
me.
torture, I guess.
मतलब I love to give, I love to cherish someone, ठीक है. But लेकिन मुझे पता है कि when I do this, मतलब what I have seen,
Hmm.
whenever I have cherished someone with all of me, तब I have given up on myself. मतलब मैंने अपनी
Yeah.
आइडेंटिटी ते तो जब अपने आप को प्रिजर्व करके दूसरे इंसान से आप ऐसे प्यार कर सको ना,
Hmm.
गिविंग वाला, तब
Hmm.
शायद चल भी जाए ये चीजें. क्या
Hmm.
यू लव देम मोर देन दे लव यू. इट्स
Yeah.
ओके, इट कैन वर्क, बट मतलब यू हैव टू प्रिजर्व योरसेल्फ.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, this reminds me, I want to plug this podcast called On Attachment, and
ओके.
it's such a good resource. Like, there are some 180 episodes or something. I've already heard 100 episodes of it. I mean, it's that podcast is that good, and it also talks about this, like how one person can get lost
Hmm.
in the process of liking someone else.
Hmm.
And I totally relate to that feeling. Actually, you have to train yourself not to be that way.
Hmm.
When you're naturally that way,
Hmm.
I mean, it's more easier to drift in that path
Hmm.
and get hurt.
Hmm.
And only when you realize this pattern, you'll finally feel, oh, this is not going to work. And then you train your brain that, don't do this the next time you see the same pattern coming up.
Hmm. You will get hurt. देखते हैं यार. पता नहीं, मतलब what is written for me, I don't know. I believe in bigger things. तो
Yeah, even I
कुछ तो
don't know
लिखा
what
होगा.
is written.
हाँ, कुछ तो लिखा होगा, वही हो जाएगा होपफुली. एंड ऑल्सो आई नो दिस कि आई एम सेइंग दिस ताकि मुझे सेफ फील हो कि
Hmm.
कुछ लिखा हुआ है, मुझे कुछ करने की जरूरत नहीं है.
Hmm.
लेकिन क्या बता, देखेंगे. अभी तो आई
So,
हैव लॉस्ट माई सेल्फ, आई नो दैट. अभी आप
yeah, so I mean, I did want to discuss a lot of things about Momoko, but we've decided not to give spoilers.
या
Is there anything else which we didn't touch upon, which you want to talk about with respect to
अका को.
days at Morisaki Bookshop or its characters?
आई जस्ट थिंक दिस बुक इज ऐसा वार्म सा प्रेजेंस है इसका. मतलब मैंने 5 दिन में पढ़ी थी, ठीक है.
Hmm.
लेकिन मैं हर बार की बुक को, जब तक मोमो को एग्जिस्ट नहीं कर रही थी तब तक मैं इसको इसलिए उठा रही थी क्योंकि मुझे वार्म फील हो रहा था, मुझे अच्छा फील
Hmm.
हो रहा था इस वजह से.
Hmm.
अब लेकिन दिस इज मतलब स्लाइस ऑफ लाइफ का यही वो है कि वो सफरिंग के बारे में बात कर रहे हैं, वो प्रॉब्लम्स के बारे में बात कर रहे हैं. द कैरेक्टर इज नॉट डूइंग सो गुड, बट इट इज रिप्रेजेंटेड इतना टेंडरनेस के साथ, इतना सॉफ्टनेस के साथ कि तुमको रियलाइज होता है कि यही लाइफ है. इट इज
Hmm.
सफरिंग. मतलब बिगर पार्ट ऑफ लाइफ इज सफरिंग. यू हैव प्रॉब्लम्स एवरी डे. अब
Hmm.
तुम्हारी प्रॉब्लम दूसरे इंसान को नहीं लगेगी कि ये
Hmm.
प्रॉब्लम है, बट इट इज a problem if it is a problem to you, and
Hmm.
you're solving thoda 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 thoda.
Hmm.
You're also crying kabhi kabhi, sleeping or not doing anything non functional, theek hai. But there are moments of sweetness, there are people you can turn to, there are people
Hmm.
who care about you. You think कि नहीं मैं किसी को रीच आउट नहीं कर सकती, जैसे कि मैं हूँ.
Hmm.
मैं सोचती हूँ जब भी मैं सफर कर रही होती हूँ, मुझे लगता है कि मैं किसी अपने दोस्त को फोन नहीं कर सकती, किसी को नहीं कर सकती, बट
Hmm.
आई नो दे केयर अबाउट मी अ लॉट.
Hmm.
मतलब लेकिन नहीं हो पाता. तो वही है कि लाइफ इज सफरिंग. टर्न टू योर पीपल, दे विल हेल्प यू, एंड you and your people can take turn to be miserable, and you can take care of each other and live life. पूरा का पूरा स्लाइस ऑफ लाइफ ही हो जाएगा.
Hmm.
बट इट विल बी नाइस.
I mean, I was thinking about this randomly.
Hmm.
Don't you think this should be made into a movie? I mean, is it already
No,
made into a movie?
no,
Why?
I don't want this.
Why?
Sorry.
Why?
मेरे पास कोई एक्सप्लेनेशन नहीं है, मेरे पास बस फर्म नो है.
Oh,
मुझे लग रहा है खराब हो जाएगा. क्यों
what?
करना है? मतलब देखो, जब इंसान किताब पढ़ता है तो वो सब लोग, हर इंसान अपने हिसाब से किताब पढ़ रहा होता है, या फिर दे रीड इन बिटवीन द लाइन, इट्स स्लो, इट मेक्स यू फील धीरे धीरे कुछ 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 कुछ. मूवी का अडाप्शन जो बहुत सारे इमोशन जो कन्वे नहीं किया गया है
Hmm.
वर्ड्स के थ्रू,
Hmm.
वो मूवी में नहीं दिखा पाते लोग. मुझे नहीं चाहिए कि आप इसको मूवी में अडाप्ट करने का कोशिश करोगे और आप अच्छे से जो असेंस है इस बुक का वो नहीं वो कर पाओगे.
I mean, if you take that logic, then none of the books should be made into movies.
डोंट. लेकिन
I, I mean, in my imagination, Harry Potter was so much grander than what it has been shown in the movies.
या
I
ट्रू.
mean, yeah. So you already banned the conversion of this book into.
नहीं तो ठीक है, आई एम अ रीडर, आई हैव अ प्रिविलेज कि ये स्टोरी थी और मुझ तक पहुंच गई, लेकिन याद
um,
रखें कि जब भी आप मूवी देखते हो और आप कभी बुक नहीं पढ़ पाओ, अगर आप बुक नहीं
hmm,
पढ़ रहे हो तो वो 50% डिग्रेड होके तुम्हारे पास है. ऐसे ट्रांसलेशन में भी बोलते हैं कि
hmm,
ट्रांसलेशन के साथ भी क्या होता है कि अगर ओरिजिनल लैंग्वेज है,
hmm,
जैसे ये जापानीज में लिखी गई होगी
hmm,
और वो इंग्लिश में ट्रांसलेटेड है, तो ऑलरेडी वो डिग्रेडेड है. भले ही मुझे कितनी भी सुंदर लग रही है, लेकिन वो
hmm,
डिग्रेडेड है फॉर अ जापानीज पर्सन.
hmm.
और वो और डिग्रेड होगी मूवी में, शायद दूसरे इंसान को बहुत सुंदर लगे लेकिन मुझे नहीं लगेगी मूवी जब होगी पहले.
I was thinking Deepika Padukone would be the best Takako, but anyway, we are not talking
नो.
about
आई डोंट
why.
वांट टू इमेजिन ये बुक हो उसमें
Hmm.
दीपिका पादुकोण. नहीं, मुझे नहीं सोचना.
I think
वो भी
so. I
चलता है.
think that should be the end of
तो वो
this.
कौन बनेगा, सादारो कौन बनेगा, चलो डिस्कस करें. तो
Okay.
वो अमिताभ बच्चन.
Are yeah, then it would be one more that
पीकू.
Pico.
हाँ, बट इट विल बी नाइस. मतलब दे ऑलरेडी हैव अ फादर डॉटर बॉन्ड डिस्प्लेड ऑन स्क्रीन, तो एक और फादर फिगर. और तो फिर वो कौन बने, उनको तब्बू, तब्बू को मोमो को बना देते हैं.
Oh
चिंकम.
shit! Oh, that would be a very good cast.
Yes, जो इंसान कह रहा था कि नहीं मूवी मत बनाओ, वो कास्टिंग कर रहा
Hmm.
है ना.
Yeah, I mean, then the villain will be who? Ranbir Kapoor.
हाँ. यस. एंड आलिया विल बी हर वाइफ, जिसने मतलब
Oh, the
होने वाली
fine.
वाइफ, जिसने
Yeah,
बाद में
correct.
बोला कि बस मुझसे
Yeah,
शादी मत
I
कर.
mean, anyway, she chose him in real life. Also.
या
Hmm.
नाइस.
Yeah, that
अब
would
नाउ
be.
आई लाइक इट. यू कैन
Yeah.
मेक इट इनटू अ मूवी.
I think now, I think that is also a good note to end this talk because
Hmm.
unless we bring in spoilers, we can't go into the depths of this
Yes.
book. But I think we still covered a lot,
Yeah.
slice of life, and how this book impacted us, what kind of books. I mean, how we want books to impact us as well,
Hmm.
and several other things about how we discovered this book, and
Hmm.
also our own desire to escape and
Hmm.
just chill.
Hmm.
So thanks for being part of this.
Thank
I
you.
know you had so many fears and all of that
Yeah.
about not being able to speak, but still we
Hmm.
had so many things to speak about this.
Yeah. 5 minutes before this, I was saying, ki, oh, I don't think I can say even a word. Again, I did.
You said a lot of words.
Yes.
So, and also this happens to be the first episode where people are speaking Hindi.
Hindi and English.
That would actually, probably help. I don't know, it would add to the diversity of the kind of conversations.
Hmm.
So, thank you. Good night.
Thank you. Good night. Bye bye.
Bye.